Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I am going to give you guys the top 5 best marksmen in the current meta. Now marksmen are all pretty good. It's not like there is a bad marksman in the game. Everyone is okay, but these 5 are exceptional in my opinion, and I've also consulted a few pro players to come up with this list. We have already made one for mages and warriors in this channel, so if you haven't already, make sure to check it out as well. One more thing before we get into the video, I have a goal right now. Before July 10 I have to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you watch this video and if you find it helpful and entertaining, please make sure to hit the subscribe button to show your support. This is to get me in a next tier for Honor of Kings content creator program. So it will mean a lot to me if you guys can hit the subscribe button and show your support. With that being said, let's get right into the list. Starting off the list at number 5 is one of my most favorite marksmen, and that is Hou Yi. Hou Yi is known for how much damage he can dish out, especially in the late game, just like every other marksman. But he is a marksman who can attack multiple enemies, 3 to be precise. He can attack 3 enemies at the same time and can deal pretty decent amount of damage to all 3 of them at the same time, making him one of the, if not the most highest DPS marksman in the game. DPS stands for damage per second, so he has probably the highest DPS in the game. And the most important part about his kit is his ultimate. Since we do not have a support item that can purify stuns, his ultimate comes in handy when you go for team fights in the late game. Especially if you are pushing a tower and the enemies are all inside, you can just shoot his ultimate and one random enemy gets stunned for the next 3-4 seconds. That is a huge disadvantage for the entire enemy team, and you can easily pick them off. Even in the early game, when Hou Yi randomly snipes across the map, and if he lands a shot, that opponent is going to be stunned for 5 seconds, which means if there is a teammate nearby, they will immediately go and kill that opponent. So first ability providing so much DPS in team fights, and his ultimate providing a very powerful stun puts him at number 5 in our list. At the number 4 spot in our list, we have Arli. The reason why Arli is not higher up in the list is because she is very hard to play, but if played correctly, if played by a proper player who knows what he is doing and he is perfect with the timing, Arli is definitely the best marksman in the game. Hands down, she is untouchable. She can just dance around warriors and assassins. Even if they manage to gap close, she can just push them away with her ultimate and continue to dance, and finally will be able to pick up the marksman or the assassin who is trying to kill her. Like I said, the only reason she is not higher up is because she is very hard to play. But once you master her abilities and perfect her timing, you will be pretty much unstoppable, and with enough gold, she can pretty much 1v5 the entire enemy team. At the third spot in our list, we have Consort Yu. Consort Yu is popularly known as the counter to any physical damage. She is basically the counter of every other marksman in the game. In 1v1, no marksman stands a chance against Consort Yu. Even Arli, if she is not careful, like a straight up 1v1 against Consort Yu, between Consort Yu and Arli will end up with Consort Yu as the winner, just because of her insanely unique and powerful second ability. When you use that ability, she is immune to physical damage, which means she doesn't take any physical damage for that duration. Only true damage and magical damage can hit her. The counter to Consort Yu is obviously Erin, because she is a marksman who can deal magic damage. But other than that, Arli doesn't really have any counters. She has a very long first ability to be so annoying in the lane. She can outrange pretty much every marksman's abilities and keep poking them. And that is why she is at number 3 in our list. At the number 2 spot, we have the newly released marksman Luara. Luara is just a completely different type of marksman from all the others, because she is a marksman who can also stun the enemies, and she can attack multiple enemies at once, which is a common thing for a powerful marksman. They should be able to dish out damage in huge amounts to more enemies, because most of the marksmen are able to attack only one target at a time. Luara can also blind enemies, and enemies who are blinded won't be able to use their auto attacks or their abilities properly. Even if they do, it will completely miss, thereby granting her an advantage in the lane in any 1v1 against an enemy marksman. The only downside for Lara is if she gets jumped on by an assassin, she doesn't have an immediate way of stunning them and getting to safety, but she also has one dash that can get her over a wall, which is better than nothing, I guess. But her potential truly comes down to team fights, where she excels in providing insane amounts of area damage and crowd control. All the way at the top, to nobody's surprise, we have Marco Polo. Marco Polo is one of those marksmen who is insanely hard to kill, and whenever he is in the enemy team, it's going to be a stressful match if you are the assassin, because he is a very tanky marksman. He even builds two defense items and can still deal a bunch of damage, all thanks to his true damage. A marksman being able to deal true damage is something insane, because marksmen are one of the highest damage dealers in the game, and him with his huge area ultimate can just wipe out the entire enemy team if he manages to use it properly. He is, like I said at the start, one of the hardest marksmen to kill just because of his second ability, and even his passive will alert him if there is an enemy close to him. If they are hiding in a brush, you will be alerted if you are Marco Polo, making him one of the safest picks while being the best marksman in the game overall. So yeah, that's going to be it for the list. Let me know what you guys think about the list, and if you found this video helpful and entertaining, again please hit the subscribe button to show your support. I hope you all have a really great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.